Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anthony, Editor-in-Chief of Metal Architecture, and I hope you're all ready to explore the juncture of form and function in facades. That's right, welcome to the webinar, How Modular Panel Systems and Technology Are Revolutionizing the Metal Panel Industry, brought to you by Metal Architecture and our friends at CEI Materials. Now, as we wait for the room to fill up, just a few housekeeping reminders. Use only the chat window to notify us of technical difficulties that you may be experiencing. Otherwise, please use Zoom's Q&A function, which you'll find at the bottom of your screen under the More button. So use the Q&A window for your questions, and we will try to get to as many of them as possible at the end of the formal presentation. Today's webinar is being recorded and will be made available later. Finally, it may take up to 5 business days for you to receive your certificate of attendance. So keep an eye on your inbox and don't forget to check your spam and junk folders. With that housekeeping out of the way, let's meet today's speaker. Chris Kimball has more than 22 years of experience with architectural building products and serves as Regional Sales Manager East at CEI Materials, where he oversees the company's independent rep network and supports sales and marketing strategies that drive business growth. He is a graduate of Oakland University with a bachelor's degree in communications. His estimating, project management, operations, and sales experience give him a strong business development mindset and a team-oriented approach for expanding CEI's national reach. His discussion today on modular panel systems will include sustainability measures, pressure-equalized rain screens, and design aesthetics, as well as the advantages tailored for architectural specification. Chris, thanks for joining us. Please take it away.
All right. Appreciate the invite, Anthony. Um, hi, I hope everybody's having a great day today. My name is Chris Kimball. I'm our Regional Sales Manager East here at CEI Materials. I oversee our sales and marketing strategy for that region of the country. I've been in the architectural metal panel industry for the past 23 years. I really love this industry. It's awesome to be a part of. It's allowed me to meet so many great people and be part of so many impactful projects across the country over the past years. CEI Materials has been in business for 18 years. We have 2 facilities. Headquarters is located here in Manchester, Michigan. We have another fabrication facility located in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today, I'll be presenting the future of exterior facades, how modular panel systems and technology are revolutionizing the metal panel industry. Just a note that CEI Materials is a registered provider with AIA, and questions will be addressed at the conclusion of this presentation. This course is registered with an AIA. Is good for 1 HSW LU hour. It may take up to 1 to 2 weeks for your certificate to arrive. It will be sent via email. If it does not arrive during that time frame, just email us at info@ceimaterials.com, shown on the slide, and we'll make sure you get your certificate. Course description. So after this course, participants will have mastered modular panel systems, including sustainability measures, pressure-equalized rain screens, design aesthetics, as well as the advantages tailored for architectural specification. Learning objectives. By the end of this course, you'll be able to, 1, examine the historical progression of metal cladding and the profound advancements in automated fabrication technology that surpass current industry and production practices. 2, you'll be able to explore the types of modular panel systems and dive into their standout features, including sustainability, finish, pressure-equalized rain screens, and fire ratings. 3, we'll investigate current standards pertaining to MPS integration capabilities, highlight industry codes, specifications, installation methods, and testing criteria. 4, we'll evaluate case studies that highlight the process and performance of MPS applications for an array of architectural design projects. All right, metal cladding progression. The history of metal cladding began at the turn of the 19th century as metal production technology industrialized. As metal materials became more readily available during that time, their applications grew in the construction industry. This included the exterior cladding of buildings. Within this section, we'll explore various types of cladding that have evolved since the introduction of metal facades. Let's take a closer look at those products now. Plate. Plate is a metal sheet with no core material or laminated layers comprised from roll form panels. A primary benefit of plate is that delamination will not occur because the product is a solid sheet. Plate material typically consists of 1/8 inch, 3/16 inch, and 1/4 inch thick material. It's 100% non-combustible, 100% recyclable. Plate is highly customizable. Plate's a good option for projects that have larger format panels. You can see in the picture that we've shown here, it has large rectangular panels, and those panels will not oil cane. Plate is a very rigid material. Plate is also a good application for high traffic areas like entrances or column covers close to the ground. Post-painted is available by some manufacturers, allowing for more customizable finish or better finished product when plate is used on like a project. Pre-painted or pre-finished sheets are also available when using plate material for your project, specifically 1/8 inch material. The profile and geometry of your panels will also dictate whether you want to use post-painted or pre-finished painted material on your next project. All right, ACM. So ACM is also known as aluminum composite material. It's comprised of two flat sheets with a core of either polyethylene or mineral-filled FR core. The typical sheet size is offered in 4 mm and 6 mm material thickness. ACM is available in a variety of standard sheet sizes, but the most common sheet sizes that are available are 50 by 196 and 62 by 196. Those are stocked with standard color finishes. ACM sheets are also available in custom lengths. I've worked on a project in the past with sheet sizes as large as 25 feet in length. ACM is offered in a standard color and finish from each manufacturer. You can also have material provided for your project using a custom color paint finish as well. A little history on ACM. It was started to be used here domestically in the early 1980s. One of the first projects it was used for was on the Epcot Center at Disney. Some of you may have visited that building in the past. ACM is a good material to use when you have larger format panels, like a radius or profile panel, just like you see in the picture there. This project had a chevron profile panel design, and ACM was a perfect material for this type of application. It's one of the most customizable metals to fabricate and can be curved and used in radius applications. ACM panel systems can be applied to the building using a dry or wet joint system. Single skin. Let's talk about single skin a little bit. So single skin metal panels are made of a single layer of metal that's roll formed or preformed into a specific shape or profile that are typically made as concealed fasten or exposed fasten panels and can be installed horizontally or vertically. Single skin metal wall panels are lightweight. They're easy to install. They are 100% recyclable. Single skin panels are usually provided in 22 or 24 gauge material or 032 or 040 aluminum. Single skin materials offered in standard color and finishes from each manufacturer. You can also request to have a custom color for your project as well. Single skin systems provide design flexibility by combining, bold visual effects with, a cost-effective and easy installation. Options for each profile include exposed fasten panel systems or concealed clip fasten panel system to accommodate expansion and contraction. The picture you see on the slide used a 040 aluminum material utilizing a concealed clip fasten panel system. IMPs. We will now discuss insulated metal panels, also known as IMP panels. Insulated metal panels are made up of a rigid or injectable foam between two sheets of metal. This makes up the product known as insulated metal panels. IMPs are typically used in the cold storage or industrial type projects. Insulated metal panels will work well with a barrier wall assembly. In some applications, insulated metal panels can act as a backup system for projects with architectural finishes like terracotta, masonry, architectural metal panels. The compatibility and insulation capability that IMP offer is beneficial to the total wall assembly, acting as a weather barrier while also improving the R value of a wall. IMP is offered in standard color finishes from each manufacturer. You can also have the material provided for your project using a custom color paint finish as well. All right, now let's take a look at metal cladding progression. So the goal of technological progress across industries is to make a more efficient, more cost-effective, and a highly sustainable product. Modular panel systems is a tangible outcome of that progress. MPS is the result of an astonishing leap forward in fabricating by machine technology. So in the picture to the left, you can see our fiber laser cutting plate material that was loaded onto the table via our automated inventory rack. Then after the material is cut on the laser, it is put in racks shown in the middle picture and then loaded into our automated panel bender, the top right-hand picture. By using automated machines, it requires less resources, which equates to less cost for the end user. So by using automated equipment to fabricate modular panels, you only use 25% of the labor you would typically use compared to fabricating a traditional metal panel system that requires like extrusions, clips, corner keys, and fasteners. You also have better and tighter fabrication tolerances when using automated equipment compared to manual labor. Today, automated fabrication technology is revolutionizing the craft of production. Metal cladding is highly benefited from these advancements with the introduction of the automated fiber laser and panel bender technology. On the previous slide, you saw where the panel was cut on the fiber laser and loaded into the automated panel bender. These pictures show two completed panels that came off that panel bender. One showing the back of the panel, the other showing the front of the panel, as you can see in the pictures. The picture on the right-hand side shows the actual panels installed on the wall. Modular panel systems are finely engineered metal cladding systems that can be installed in interior and exterior space using state-of-the-art fabrication technology. For the purpose of this course, we will focus on exterior applications today. The technology that creates modular panel systems works with a range of different metals and thicknesses. These materials can also be perforated. When selecting a modular panel system for your next project, you want to make sure to specify a manufacturer that has this type of cutting-edge automated fabrication equipment. Modular panel systems are a cassette-style pressure-equalized rain screen system. The pieces interlock, creating one piece of metal using fasteners to attach it to the subgirt or substrate. When designing a project, you'll want to make sure that the subgirt spacing aligns with the height of the panels. This will help you keep costs down on your project. Modular panel systems require no additional components like extrusions, clips, gaskets, or sealants, making for a rapid installation process. This system installs approximately 50% faster than the typical architectural rain screen systems that are out in the market. If a project has additional exterior materials, MPS works in concert to make a visually stunning facade. If you're looking for a type of architectural panel system that gets your attention, then modular panel systems would be a good choice for you. It offers a wide range of facade options, ease of installation, pressure equalized system, making modular panel systems a dynamic architectural product for your project. Benefits. Modular panel systems have many great benefits, right? From sustainability, cost effectiveness, and worry-free maintenance. MPS is a foundational facade product that balances the practicality and precision that can't go unnoticed. Some of the benefits of MPS is sustainability, 100% recyclable, 100% non-combustible. Warranty is available for all your painted products. You can use it with continuous installation. It's very cost effective and low maintenance. In the pictures you see on the slide is a modular panel system project located in Ketchikan, Alaska, using multiple color finishes. The architect's two must-haves on this project were it had to be 100% non-combustible modular panel system, and it had to have a staggered or a running bond joint pattern, which you see in the pictures. The end result is what you see here. It turned out to be a nice looking project up there in Alaska. Features. So beyond the benefits, the features of MPS set them apart as a cladding option. A standout highlight of the product is the water mitigating capabilities since it is pressure equalized rain screen system. Other benefits include quick and easy installation, field cut compatible, available in embossed or perforated, U.S. manufacturing, and meets BABA requirements. For those of you not familiar with BABA, it stands for Build America, Buy America. The picture on this slide shows some of the modular panel system capabilities. The architect wanted a pressure equalized modular panel system that could be flat, the white panels you see in the picture. The architect also wanted a tapered modular panel system that was perforated. The perforated panels are the silver and black panels that you see in the picture. The silver panels were flat MPS panels, and the black panels were tapered MPS panels. This is a really nice looking project down in Austin, Texas. Sustainability. Now let's discuss sustainability. Modular panel systems can contribute significantly to LEED certification by addressing key sustainability requirements across various LEED credit categories. LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. Key benefits of modular panel systems for LEED. Prefabrication reduces on-site waste and labor requirements. Durability. You have long-lasting systems that reduce the need for replacement, contributing to sustainability over time. Flexibility. Panels can be easily replaced or recycled at the end of their life cycle. Sustainability options compatible with reflective coatings, insulation, or energy efficient designs. By integrating modular panel systems into your project, you align with LEED's focus on sustainability, efficiency, and environmental stewardship, ensuring a greener, more cost-effective building. The project you see in the picture used 080 aluminum material for a dimensional modular panel system, helping the architect achieve their overall LEED requirements for this project. Next, we'll explore the types of MPS and dive into their standout features, including sustainability, finish, pressure equalized rain screens, and fire ratings. In reviewing this learning objective, we will also investigate panel types and material selections. We'll take a look at the water infiltration capabilities of pressure equalized rain screens and the science behind how they work. Now, we're going to discuss the different types of profiles modular panel systems have to offer. We'll start with the flat panel. So if you're looking for a uniform design aesthetic, flat panels provide a wide array of finishes. Whether the facade needs to be installed diagonally, vertically, or horizontally, flat panels work with any project vision. The overall look of flat panels gives a level, cohesive look. Some of the benefits of flat panels are it can be used on single depth walls, creates a standard flat surface. It's the most cost-effective modular panel system option available. It doesn't require any clips, extrusions, and offers a quick and easy installation. We'll now discuss tapered panel offering. For design professionals looking for a wow factor pattern, tapered panels offer a unique versatility. With an effortless play on depth and angles and pattern, tapered panels have like a stop in your tracks look when you see them on the building. It's a striking appearance, not only the advantage of the tapered panel, they can taper in any direction without impact to weather barrier or substrate. Some of the benefits are multi-depth walls. You can have multi-depth per panel. It's very customizable, offers an array of exciting design options for you and your team. There's no clips or extrusions and quick and easy installation. In the picture is a project using a tapered modular panel system. The architect wanted this specific look, and tapered modular panel system was a great choice for this project. It gives you you're building a dynamic facade that's easily noticed. Let's now discuss dimensional panels. So the dimensional panel offering, drawing the eye with, remarkable design, dimensional panels are a perfect blend of form and function for your project. These panels will allow for depth variation at installation that optimizes design while balancing the effectiveness of the weather barrier substrate. Some of the benefits are it can be installed over multi-depth walls. You can have single depth per panel, like 2 inches and 4 inches, giving you that dimensional look. It's very customizable. It offers an array of design options for you and your team. Gives the building depth and character. Again, there's no clips or extrusions, quick and easy installation. In the picture showing The gray and white dimensional panels you see there, the architect used a 2-inch and 4-inch panel depth to create a dimensional 3D facade. The end result, was stunning. Everybody on the project was really happy with how it looked when it was completed. Custom panel. So customized panels offer branding specific, aesthetically pleasing style selections, right? Available in both perforated and embossed. The material is only as limited as the designer's imagination, right? Patterns and multiple materials can be used to create a design that captivates the attention of all who encounter the space, right? Some of the benefits are, you have single or multi-depth walls that can be installed on, singular depth, can have single depth per panel. It's customizable, limitless design options. There's no clips or extrusions, and it's a quick and easy installation. Modular panel systems can accommodate any type of perf imaging you may want to incorporate into your next project design as well. Now let's discuss material selection. Modular panel systems can be fabricated from a selection of diverse materials. You can use anodized aluminum, painted aluminum, galvanized, zinc, copper, corten, stainless steel. Those are the primary metals used to make modular panel systems. In this section, we'll take an in-depth look, at all those materials I mentioned and how they enhance overall performance and project design. In this picture, the project required a flat modular panel system using solid 080 aluminum with a two-coat post-painted finish applied to the panels using multiple finishes. This project was located in Phoenix, Arizona, a hospital there. The architect's vision was to have the color selection match the location of the project. I think they did a really good job trying to achieve this. Anodized aluminum. So let's talk a little bit about anodized aluminum. So anodized aluminum is a scratch resistant, color fast, and hard to the point of protection. Besides the durability of anodizing aluminum provides, it elevates the aesthetic of the aluminum. So care and maintenance help to preserve the material as well. The finishes that are shown on the slide are the most popular anodized finishes we see chosen for architectural projects. You have a clear anodized. A lot of times the architect will want to match the window frames and they'll choose this finish. You have a champagne bronze, a light bronze, and a dark bronze. Look for a manufacturer that has anodized aluminum production capabilities and meets AMA 611 class 1 and 2 specifications. A typical finish warranty that you'll get with the anodized finish is 5 years, but you can get up to a 10-year finish warranty upon request. Anodized aluminum has the following features, highly durable and color fast, sustainable process, structural integrity protection. There's no associated hazards, and easy maintenance. All right, painted aluminum. So MPS panels can come in a variety of finishes and substrate options. So you have, your post painted. This is commonly used coating technology, offers an infinite color matching capabilities and is ideal for perforation purposes, but adds to fabrication lead times. Your pre-painted finish, new coating solutions such as coil coating and direct printing are now available for MPS. These new innovations offer a wider range of specialty finishes, color consistency, less handling, shorter lead times, and a more cost-effective fabrication using the pre-painted finish. This project here that you see in the picture utilized 080 solid aluminum modular panels that were post-painted with a two-coat finish with multiple colors. It's a nice looking school located here in Michigan. You can take a close look at the detail and panel layout on the soffit. The architect used a running bond pattern for those soffit panels. We see a lot of MPS specified on schools or universities across the country. It's a good option for those type of projects. Corten steel. So on the upcoming slides, I will discuss the natural metal offerings that are available when specifying modular panel systems on your next project. Let's start with the Corten steel you see here on this slide. The panel size is 8 by 48 inch. The length is 12 by 96 inch. That's the offering. Material thickness is 16 gauge and 18 gauge. System depth can vary from 1 3/4 to 4 inch. The reveal width or joint width is 1/2 inch. Weight per square foot is 2 to 2.5 pounds per square foot. So Corten, sometimes it's known as weathered steel, is a group of steel alloys that are often used in an outdoor construction setting. Corten was designed to eliminate the need for painting, and if left outside, exposed to the elements, it would develop a rusted appearance in just a few months. So, per the picture you see there, Corten it exhibits like a yellowish appearance in the initial stage of use, and then the color gradually changes to brown over time. Then, as it sits back in its surrounding environments, the color changes to a sedate blackish brown in 1 to 2 years. Then the color changes to, very little once again, but only to a deep brown. So that's the progression from, half a year to 40 years. Stainless steel is a durably strong material, which makes it an excellent material to utilize for exterior facades. The reliable and sustainable nature of stainless steel makes it, a really good option or material choice for MPS. The panel size offering using this material is 8 by 48 inch width. The length is 12 by 96. Material thickness is 16 gauge and 18 gauge offering. System depth is 1 3/4 to 4 inch. Reveal or joint width is half inch, and the weight per square foot is typically 2 to 2.5 pounds per square foot. Some of the common stainless steel finishes that you'll see on a project are your number two is like your cold rolled dull. Your number four is like your polished general purpose. Number six is like a dull satin, and your number eight finish is like a mirror finish. So stainless steel, is a very rigid natural metal. It is a good material to use for modular panel systems. With high tensile strength and finish selections, stainless steel can be easily incorporated to any design you may have. All right, let's talk about zinc a little bit. So zinc, it's offered in a panel size of 8 inch to 32 inch, length 12 to 98 inch. Typical material thickness when using zinc is 1 millimeter and 1.5 millimeter. System depth is 1 3/4 to 4 inch. The reveal width is typically half inch. The weight per square foot varies from 1.6 to 2.2 pounds per square foot. So zinc is a highly beneficial natural metal material to work with when it comes to, cassette style modular panel systems. Zinc is a visual stunner, develops a patina that draws the eye to create an appealing design aesthetic over time. This is, it's a highly workable material. It enhances any project. So, on this slide, you'll see some of the most commonly used natural zinc offerings. You have, natural zinc, patina zinc, graphite zinc, slate zinc. Zinc personally is one of my favorite natural metals to use on a project. Copper, let's take a look at copper now. So it's offered in panel sizes 8 to 28 inch. The length of the panel is 12 to 84 inch. Typical material thickness, 24 ounce and 32 ounce. System depth is 1 3/4 to 4 inch. Reveal width half inch. Weight per square foot 1.5 to 2 pounds a square foot. Copper is another especially eye-catching material. It brings a lot of to an exterior design project. It's highly pliable and adaptable. This material glimmers in the sun, develops a stunning patina over time. It's naturally corrosion resistant. Copper is an excellent selection for exterior facades. Um, on this on this slide, you'll see some of the most commonly used natural copper offerings. You have the premium copper, you have the classic copper, patina copper, an oxidized copper, and a brass copper. So here we have sizing. Sizing will depend on the material that has been selected. The options of the design are endless, and MPS works well and complements other exterior elements in cladding and architectural projects. This chart was created for the architectural community, so you have a starting point on which type of system and surface you'd like to use on your project when selecting modular panel systems. So yeah, as you can see there, it's all listed. We kind of went over the sizes and the finishes and the thicknesses on the other slide. So you got aluminum, zinc, copper, and steel, and then you have your panel sizes, as you can see, all the finishes, your material thickness for aluminum, zinc, copper, and steel, down there at the bottom. So this is just a guide for you guys when you're designing a job and specifying a project. Um, it's a starting point, jumping off point for you to use as a tool. Let's talk about economical sizing, which we all know a lot of times projects come down to budget. So let's take a closer look at the types of panel sizes you'd like to specify and design on your next project using modular panel systems. So the chart on this slide shows the most cost-effective panel sizes you want to use if you're looking for like a low material waste and the most economical solution for your next project. So as you can see, the width of the panel is measured left to right, and the height of the panel is measured from bottom to top. Keep in mind that these dimensions are from center line of panel joint to center line of panel joint when designing the panels on your elevations. So you have the following options. I'm not going to read them all, but you got 18-inch width by 30-inch height. And then at the very bottom, you got 96-inch width by 24-inch height. By choosing these panel sizes, any of these panel sizes you see on the screen, you'll also be able to keep the cost of your subframing system most cost effective as well. So typically your subframing system consists of a hat channel, a Z-girt, or like a CEI subframing that is located behind our panel system. So when selecting the panel size, we also base them on constructability for the building envelope and the panel installer. I just wanted to share, that information with you so you have a better understanding of how to help keep costs down on your next exterior facade project when you're designing it using a modular panel system. Pressure equalized rain screens. So now we're going to discuss pressure equalized rain screen systems a little bit. So water mitigation is a foundational component of MPS. It's one part aesthetic, one part water infiltration barrier. These panel systems are pressure equalized rain screens. Through well-designed technology, there are strict limitations of amount of water allowed to come in contact with the air barrier set forth by the AMA code standard. So for designers looking to ensure a modular panel system is a pressure equalized rain screen system, be sure to do your homework because not all modular panels are pressure equalized. Some are just drain back ventilated. So AMA 508 is the required test for a pressure equalized rain screen system, and AMA 509 is the required test for a drain back ventilated rain screen system. So if you're wanting to choose um, pressure equalized modular panel system, make sure that the manufacturer has AMA 508 testing. Standards, specifications, and installation. So for this learning objective, we'll investigate current standards pertaining to MPS integration capabilities, highlighting the industry codes, specifications, installation methods, and testing criteria. Now, we'll review some of the associations that are responsible for setting the standard and specifications on these projects. You have the following. You have your ASTM, American Society for Testing and Materials. You have the ASCE, your American Society of Civil Engineers. You have your AMA, the American Architectural Manufacturers Association. You have your AWS, the American Welding Society. You have your AA, the Aluminum Association. You have your NAAMM, that's a mouthful, National Association of Architectural Metal Manufacturers. And then you have your Copper Development Association, which is your CDA. So on the list, there are two types of tests, the ASTM and the AMA that will always be part of your modular panel specification. You'll have ASTM 283. It's your standard air infiltration test. You'll have ASTM 330. That's your standard structural test. You'll have ASTM 331. That's your standard water penetration test. And then for the AMA, you'll have AMA 508, your standard pressure equalized rain screen test. Be sure the manufacturer you choose for your project has completed and passed all these tests. All right, NFPA. So let's talk a little bit here about NFPA standards and specifications. So for some of you that don't know, NFPA stands for the National Fire Protection Association. So NFPA determines the code pertaining to combustible components that relate to modular panel systems. Experts in fire safety and protecting people and the structures they inhabit, NFPA has created criteria to ensure critical compliance is followed for health and safety of the building occupants. So make sure that the MPS product chosen for your next design meets NFPA standards. The specific standards are as follow. So NFPA 285 standard fire test method for characteristics of, exterior of non-loading bearing wall assemblies containing combustible components are this. So an NFPA 285 is a wall assembly test. The pictures you see on the slide is an actual NFPA 285 test. So you'll want to make sure you're specifying a modular panel system that meets NFPA 285. You might want to write this down. There are two main triggers for NFPA 285. The first one is anytime you have metal panels on the exterior of the building over 40 feet, then NFPA 285 is required. That's the first one. The second item is anytime you have polyiso insulation behind the metal panel system anywhere on the building, even if it's below 40 feet, then NFPA 285 is required. So takeaway, the CDA, the AAA, you know, those type of associations provide informative materials to educate design professionals on use of metals in their projects. MPS uses all types of metals advocated by these organizations. So when you're weighing which metal will be selected for your project, make sure to familiarize with the unique attributes of each material, right? The resources these organizations offer, paired with the guidance of a manufacturer like ourselves, will help ensure the best material is selected. In the picture, our special project team worked on a project-specific mock-up to meet project specifications. The end result is the picture you see next to it. A really awesome looking project located in Florida. You want to, make sure you team up and specify a manufacturer or fabricator that is familiar with, all the local and international building codes and is capable of providing mock-ups and guidance throughout your project. Our continuing education department, works diligently to provide the most relevant, current, and comprehensive code standards and specification criteria in all of our courses. The nature of the design and manufacturing industry means that new innovation, improvements, and achievements are continually sought after. But please keep in mind, codes and specifications mentioned in this course may at some point in the future be changed or adjusted. It's imperative to connect with local authorities in order to guarantee your specific project meets the standards necessary to achieve accreditation and compliance. We do a lot of R&D, prototyping, and in-house testing to make sure we're up to date and current with all the local building codes here at our company. Shipment check. So this picture here is just an example of how we ship our product to the job site. By shipping this way, the metal panels stay protected in the crate until you're ready to take them out and install them on the wall. Other companies may ship in an enclosed trailer, costing the installer time and money to find, damaged panels due to having, to overhandle them. So, based on our conversations with the installation community for modular panel systems and other metal panel systems that we manufacture, this is how the installer likes the panels shipped to the job site. They're easy to unload. It's the most efficient way to ship, and they don't get damaged until they're installed on the wall. All right, let's talk in this picture here. You're gonna, on the left-hand side, you'll see our starter track installed on the wall and then panel engaged into the starter track. The first step in the installation process is to fasten the starter to the building substrate. Then you flash the top of the starter piece with AVB tape, air vapor barrier tape, like you see in the picture on the right-hand side of the slide. The white tape goes over the starter. Then you start installing panels as shown in the illustration, left to right, bottom up. So modular panels are easily installed, as I've been mentioned previously on previous slides, and they install, approximately 50% faster than traditional rainscreen systems. I've gotten that information from local installers that we sell to and install our products. Modular panel systems are easily field cut if required. The main reason that panels would be field cut is if we're releasing the panels for fabrication off approved shop drawings and don't have time to get field measurements. If this is the method for release, then some panels would need to be field cut around doors and windows. And then the installer will apply our two-piece extrusion, which you'll see on future slides on this presentation. We'll go over that. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about the two-piece extrusion that I was just mentioning. So what is a solution for as-built measurements that require for the overall design? Ordering a modular panel system that comes with two-piece extrusion, right? Sometimes projects don't have the duration in their schedule to measure for us to measure the substrate prior to fabrication. So the two-piece extrusion is typically used when releasing panels off approved shop drawings. This will be discussed more in depth when I go over one of our case studies that we used a two-piece extrusion on. All right, so let's review the illustration on the slide. So as you can see, you have a form corner, you have a column cover, you have the two-piece inside corner extrusion, you have the two-piece outside corner extrusion. You would use that if you didn't use the form corner or the column cover. Like I said, if you didn't have time to measure, you could use the two-piece outside corner in lieu of the form corner. That's where that extrusion would go. You have your two-piece termination extrusion. It goes around doors and windows. And then you have your starter J that's typically starts at the base of the elevation. First thing you install on the wall before you put the panels up. There are a variety of layout options for your choice. The overall goal of design will determine which layout works best for each project. So let's review these. You have horizontal panel stacked, you have half horizontal joint stagger, you have quarter horizontal joint stagger, then you have the vertical panel stacked as you see there. You have a half-inch vertical joint stagger and a quarter-inch vertical joint stagger. It's really up to you as to what type of joints or sight lines you're trying to achieve on your building. So these are just some options that you have to help you get started laying out your panels on your elevations. All right, finally, let's evaluate some of the case studies that highlight the process and performance of modular panel system applications for architectural design projects. We will review educational research facilities, senior living residents, and a military barrack project for specific design goals and application experiences. So this project is called Johnson Family Equine Hospital, Colorado State University. So the challenge on this project was that the university tasked design professionals with building a university equine hospital research facility for veterinary students. The facility would support the space for comprehensive equine care, including diagnostic treatment, sports medicine, imaging, neurological services, and intensive care capabilities. So, complete with horse stalls, the building needed to support the student learning and research. So, in the picture, you'll see modular panel system that is perforated using 080 aluminum that was then post painted and sent to the site. The picture on the right shows the panels for this project being post painted. So if you're specifying a perforated panel, then you'll want to specify it to be post painted so you don't see any raw aluminum after the panel is installed on the building. So the solution for this project was choosing a modular panel system. The design firm worked with the manufacturer, us, that created rustic post-painted perforated panels. It also produced flat painted rustic panels and flat painted solid white panels using a pressure equalized rain screen system that you see in the pictures. The main attraction for the architect to use the modular panel system was the ability of the fabricator to provide custom perforated panels for their project. So take a look at the perforated panels located over the mirror glass. The architect consulted with us as it related to the panel sizes, the custom perf pattern that you see in the pictures. We really helped them turn their vision into reality here on this one. Beyond the design aesthetic, a cassette style modular plate panel system with its interlocking edges provided water infiltration prevention with its pressure equalized rain screen system as well. So, additional benefit to the overall project was the reduced installation needed because of the product adhered to the substrate with no additional components or subframing assemblies on this project. So as mentioned earlier in the presentation, the modular panel system installs 50% faster than your typical rain screen systems. Looking back, I remember the aesthetic blend of the agricultural and the modern was an integral part of this project. The facade needed to communicate the purpose of the facility. So a culmination of the equestrian and the science aspects combined. This was an awesome project for us to be a part of here. Tanglewood Senior Living Facility. So this project is called the Tanglewood Senior Living Facility. So the challenge of this project was the construction team was looking for a product solution that fit the criteria for a single skin modular panel system. Knowing that, all products are not created equal, the designer searched for a product with accurate shop drawings and fast installation capabilities. The project team was looking for a pressure equalized rainscreen system that was 100% recyclable and 100% non-combustible. Those are two of their musts. They also wanted a panel that could be installed quickly and released off shop drawings that had a two-piece extrusion they could use at all the window openings and outside corners. So if you look closely, the picture shows the actual MPS panels installed and building completed. If you look around, the windows and the outside corner of the building, you can see the painted two-piece extrusion that was used for the project. It matches the panels. So the solution for this project was an 050 pre-painted aluminum modular panel system. It checked all the boxes and requirements I mentioned on the previous slide. The project had a short time allowance for our scope of work. So in order to meet the project schedule, we fabricated the panels off approved shop drawings shown on the slide and then sent the modular panels and two-piece paint extrusion to the job site. So at the end of the day, everybody, was happy, and the end result of this project was we were able to deliver the project on time and on budget. All right, military barracks. So the challenge on this project was form and function. So as some of you may know, form and function, are not always the orientation for a military barracks, right? Unique to this project, a modern take on camouflage was designed for the exterior of the building. Historically, military barracks are not often designed with innovation in mind. So form was not the only focus on the project. The barracks needed the pressure equalized rain screen system to help protect the structure against water infiltration. So the solution, I personally work closely with this one, with the architect on this project, doing some design assist with them. The architect wanted to use a solid aluminum cassette style modular panel system that was easy to install. It could be released off approved shop drawings for fabrication. They also wanted the modular panel system to be pressure equalized and 100% non-combustible. So we ended up using our 080 solid aluminum flat modular panel system using AMA 2605 two-coat post paint finish and camouflage color that you see there in the picture on the left that were chosen for the project. So for this project, there were no field measurements required. We were released for fabrication off approved drawings shown in the slide. We took this approach in order to meet the project schedule. On this project, the corners, doors, and windows were all finished with a painted two-piece extrusion. So as you can see in the picture, we sent the modular panels to our prefabrication partner, who installed the panels on his prefabricated walls in his Florida facility. They then shipped the prefab walls with the modular panels on them to the military barrack located in Texas and installed them there on site. We worked closely with the architect and prefab company to make their visions come to reality on this project. The project was a notable success, so much so that more barracks with modular panel systems have been slated for development. So, in conclusion, um, now you'll be able to, one, the historical progression as it relates to the advancements in the automated fabrication and material used in the current industry production practices. Two, you now understand some of the modular panel features like sustainability, different types of finishes, speed of installation, pressure equalized systems, and fire ratings. Three, you now know some of the standard codes, specifications, testing criteria as it relates to modular panel systems. And four, You have reviewed case studies that you may be able to apply on your next project as it relates to modular panel systems. That's the end of my presentation. I'll now open the floor up to Anthony, and if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Very good, very good. And Chris, maybe you could turn your camera back on so we can,
Yep.
there we go, see your lovely face there.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks. Thanks for that presentation. There was a lot of fantastic information in there, and we will get to
Yeah.
questions that have been coming in. I just want to do a few quick reminders before we get to those questions, so I don't lose people. So again, we will email a link to the recording to everyone who registered for the webinar. Again, it may take several days for you to
Hmm.
receive your certificate of attendance, so keep an eye open for it. Also, after you leave the webinar, you'll be asked to complete a short survey about your experience today. Please take a moment to fill it in if you could, as it helps us better serve you. And again, down at the bottom of your Zoom panel under the More button, that's where you will see the button to open the Q&A tab. So please use the Q&A tab for questions. Actually, one that I have for you, actually, we'll start with Daniel here, because this happened way, way, way at the start of the presentation. And Daniel is asking if you could just quickly go over the differences between plate and single skin.
So typically when we reference plate in our industry, it usually starts at eighth inch or thicker. So eighth inch, 3/16 or quarter inch, that's plate. And then like single skins like 032 aluminum, 040 aluminum, 063, even 080. So that's kind of the difference in the lingo in our industry.
All right, thank you for that, Chris. Another question came in. Of course, people would like copies of the presentation. Again, there will be a recording available soon, but also in the chat panel, you can take a look. There is Chris's contact information. After this session, feel free to pop him a note and start a conversation. I am curious about that case study that you mentioned, the Tanglewood Senior Living facility. Now, I think I heard you correctly. You said it was initially conceived for single skin, but then the designer architects ended up choosing to go with modular panel systems. So maybe you could just quickly go over again, Chris, what made modular panel systems win out over the single skin?
So they wanted an 050 aluminum painted finish, and that's that. At the end of the day, they wanted a wood grain finish for that job, and we were able to get that utilizing a 050 from a manufacturer of raw sheet that is located in California. So at the end of the day, finish was one of the main factors, along with thickness and wanting the modular panel system. So finish was a key driver, though, on that one.
Okay, very good. And looking at our Q&A tab, now this question, I think this probably came in when you were talking about the different metals, stainless steel, corten. And there was a question here about how is the zinc coat applied, but if I understand correctly, is the zinc is the metal itself. I don't think it's
Yeah.
applied afterward. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So zinc is a natural metal that patinas over time when left out in the elements. So zinc is a natural metal that you would install in a building and that you know, patinas over time. You can get accelerators applied to the patinaing process, which you could accelerate it, 10 years down, and have it set for that patina finish if you'd like. Same thing with copper, they have that option as well. But typically, you starts out as a natural color and then over time it changes colors due to the elements.
Okay, very good. Thank you for
Mhm.
that, Chris. Now, Larry asks, what type of fastener do you suggest for installing modular panels?
That depends on your substrate, right? So if you have a metal girder or CI system like a Tech 12 might work. If you're installing to a wood substrate, you'd use a wood screw. If you're installing to block or cement, you use a Capkun screw. So it all depends on the substrate. And also, when engineering's done, we decide what type of screw to use as well. So those are the key factors.
And Chris, if someone is working with you, working with CEI Materials, I imagine these are the kinds of things that would be discussed and you could help folks out with.
Yes, absolutely. We can help with everything from the studs out, even though we don't do those items. We don't supply substrate or screws. We can definitely help you with that and make sure that you're meeting code and you're compliant on your project.
Excellent. One question that and it came up a lot during the case studies in terms of meeting budget, meeting schedule. Um, how early should the facade fabricator, system partner, CEI Materials be involved to help align and work with the design intent against those real world pressures of
Yeah.
budget and schedules and project execution?
Yeah, we like getting in real early with the design team, the architectural firms and the owners. We like getting at the beginning with the CMs as well, just helping guide everybody through the process and, communicate early and often our lead times and expectations from all the other trades in order to meet project schedules. So getting us involved early and often, clarity cuts costs, right? So like we like being involved early. I say it a lot to the architects, and yeah, it's one of the things that we pride ourselves on. So if you have a job coming up, just feel free to reach out. We're always here to help. There's me and there's another guy on the Western region that covers the Western region for us. And we have independent sales reps that work all over the country that are located in all the nearby major cities. So we're here to help and we want to help. So just reach out whenever you need to have a
And
question.
very good. And just one last question for you. Oh, wait, just another one has popped into the Q&A. So let me ask you this one. It comes from Ken, who's writing in from California. We're having a difficult time getting any metal panel manufacturer to test and pass the California building codes for WRB CBC 1402.2 based on ASTM E331, but window door assembly and 2-hour duration. Does your company do testing for California codes?
Yeah, so we have in the past. I'd have to have a separate conversation with, was it Ken?
It is Ken, and
Yeah,
Ken, you've got Chris's contact email and everything
yeah,
in the chat. It sounds like it might be a good
yeah.
conversation, but probably a lengthy conversation.
Yeah, it could be a half-hour conversation, but yeah, we would definitely we're tested to 331, but I'm not sure if we meet that California 331 code. We just need to take a look at it to see if our previous testing already covers that, or we have to do additional testing for it.
Okay, there we go. And there you go, Ken. Do feel free to reach out to Chris after the presentation and get into the deeper details. Now I've got another question that asks, modular panel systems, do they require subgirts, so Z hat channels, or can the panels directly be fastened to the substrate, whether it's wood, CMU, and so on?
It can be installed directly to the substrate. A lot of times the girts are added because there's insulation behind our panel system. So that's the main reason. Also, we add, sometimes depending on like if it's CMU or it's not completely flat and we don't like how the if it's level or not, we would apply a hat channel to make sure you get a complete flat wall behind our wall panel system, but it can be installed directly. But usually when I'd say, 80% of the jobs that are designed, there's always a CI system, a continuous insulation girt system behind our panel. So you're going to have a girt of some kind located behind our panel that we fasten to.
Okay, there we go. Lots of flexibility with modular panel systems.
Yes, yes, sir.
That's what we like to hear, Chris.
Yes,
I think
sir.
we've got time for one more question, so we'll cap it off with Michael. Does CEI Materials offer working drawing details?
Oh, absolutely. We have all those details available. We have a library of details. Feel free to just reach out and we'll get you what you need. And if we don't have the detail, we'll create a custom detail so you have it for your project.
I like that, Chris. You got so many details, you don't know what to do with them.
That's right.
All right, well, we're at a racetrack, so let's wrap things up there. So again, if we didn't get to your question, new questions come to mind. There's Chris's contact information in the chat panel, so just copy, paste, and continue the conversation with him. Chris, special thanks to you
Yep.
and CEI Materials for the informative presentation, how modular panel systems and technology are revolutionizing the metal panel industry. And to our audience, on behalf of all of us on this side of the screen, thank you for attending. And as always, remember to build it with metal. So long now.